Did I ever tell you that?
No.
When Matt and Kayla's dogs, fucking Zeus and Kona.
Yeah, I do know that story.
Dude, they disappeared from our hill for like 9 days.
Really?
And then came back. It was raining. Everyone was so sad because the dogs were missing. And fucking...
Makes sense.
Dude, they came back. It was raining out. Everyone was upstairs. We were like all fucking... We had looked for them for fucking 9 days every day. For like hours a day. And they just walked down the fucking road hobbling. It was homeward bound all the way. Like...
So crazy.
It was nuts. Like, they were just hungry and tired.
Yep.
Oh, we are? Sick. That's what's up. Hey, bud. Check it out. We're not in the 420 Kingston anymore. No way. We're taking the podcast on the road. As we expand with Breakfast Connections, we are getting into these dispensaries in New York. We just had to get closer to the city and take this pod on the road. These people that you're going to be seeing on the podcast going forward are like important people in our development as a business and a brand that were there when we started, that are there now as we move forward. There's going to be real like players in the game in our future, and you guys could take this journey with us and see some content bridging to the end consumers like yourself, people buying eighths and blunts, and kind of getting a look into the window of like the world of what we do and what's the development and the storytelling that goes into the products that we get to you guys into these New York dispensaries. Speaking of New York dispensaries, we are in a bunch of new dispensaries in New York. If you go to @BreakfastConnections fully, the Instagram doesn't like us, so you have to type it all in. That's why I say fully. You go to the link tree on there, and you can see a little cool map of all the dispensaries we're in, from Albany down to the Bronx right now as we move into the city. A lot of cool content we got going out with Sarah's jumped on with us for some content creation and work that we're doing. Bacon, egg, and cheese reviews outside of these dispensaries and these places that we're in. It's going to be really cool, fun content, cool like bodega spots that you're going to be able to, grab a coffee, grab a bacon, egg, and cheese, and go check out the products we have in these dispensaries. We're also going to be expanding into Rhode Island soon and up into Maine potentially. So we got a lot of cool things going on. You guys can, walk down the path on this journey with us. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of cool breakfast weed content coming out. Strawberry cream cheese is coming back, different strains, different blunts, products. It's going to be fun. We also have a sponsor for this podcast now, which is amazing. They're called Gutenberg's Dank Pressing Company. For those of you that like making their own rosin and bubble hash, this company out of Philly has been making their own rosin. They've been making the toughest bags. If you've ever had a bubble bag blow out or tear on you, you'll want to try these out. They've got a bunch of information on their website at www.gutenbergsdankpressing.com. That's www.gutenbergsdankpressing.com. And you can use the 10% off promo code that we have with them. It's just RosinPod, one word. We really appreciate you guys going on this journey with us and watching, these stories, these podcasts. All these people are like people who I deal with on a weekly basis, and they're there for the journey to get to these products like to more people across like the tri-state and New England, and kind of tell the stories of like where we come from and how products have gotten developed to get into that end of the work day, end of the work week for you guys. So we love you. Thank you for rocking with us this time. Remember, use the code RosinPod to get 10% off any bubble bags, rosin bags at www.gutenbergsdankpressing.com. We appreciate them. We appreciate you guys. Enjoy this episode of the Rosin Press Podcast. Dude, we're going to dive right fucking into it. Cornwall Chronicles. You see I dressed all fancy for it?
I see, yeah. You threw on the nice sweater.
The nice shirt, yeah, the nice sweater for the Cornwall Chronicles, dude. Because this is shout out us using fake names. What are you doing?
I don't remember.
I was Sean.
I was Brett.
Brett, you were Brett.
What a horrible fake name. Jesus Christ.
Terrible storytelling, too. Let's try to really do it. So this is 2012. So what we just said on the last podcast was like this was after
Couldn't have
Oakland,
been
right?
It must have been 2013. Yeah.
And this was after Oakland, right?
Yeah.
This is after Oakland. And like for some reason we just had this urge. Like that was like again talking about that moment in time in weed. Like I don't know about you, bro. Like, I just wanted to grow weed, and
Just to keep
I
it
wasn't
going.
even growing. I just wanted it to be. I wanted an op.
Special,
You know what I mean? I just wanted a
was
fucking op, and
it
we were
was
just
an
looking for
addiction.
property. Yeah, 100%
It was an
addiction.
addiction. Like, we were addicted to the thrill of it all, to the fucking money that it could bring, to the culture. We were just addicted to the whole fucking thing, and we just were like, let's just make it happen no matter what. Shout out Tommy and Tom's dad.
Yes,
1,000%, because they were also addicted to the thrill too.
Yeah, 1,000%. There's no way that they did what they did if they didn't like have that same addiction. And that's what's gonna be fun about having Tommy on next week to talk about his side of things too. But so this is 2013. I remember being in Tommy's basement. I don't think Tommy was there. But his dad was, and like his dad was just getting down with us, dude. Like we used to sell fucking Tom Senior weed. He was the fucking man. There's like the best storyteller ever. Like he was just the man. Like old like Worcester Street, New Haven stories, smoking weed, ripping. Dude, that man, the bongs that he was able to rip, dude, was so fucking cool. Full pack bongs.
Pretty absurd.
Full pack bongs to the dome.
I can't do that.
But he was the man. And I think like he was going through a divorce at the time, and he needed somewhere to go. And that was, we pushed that story
pretty hard.
It's pretty hard to when it come to like Tommy like getting the place. So we just looked for a property on fucking Line. I think I remember being in Tommy's basement just smoking weed. Let's get a fucking weed grow, and we found this place.
The perfect spot to grow weed up in.
You explain the place.
Say, though,
Yeah,
like,
100%. It's a long time. Yeah, we're good.
Like, so Cornwall, Connecticut, northwest part of the state. Fucking all it is farms up there.
Right
it's
by that mountain.
Fucking beautiful.
Right by Mohawk
shout
Mountain.
out Mohawk Mountain.
Yeah.
Never rode there, but always definitely drove down that hill really, really fast.
Yeah.
And dude, it was the perfect fucking spot. I think this was a 13-acre property or something like that. And
yeah,
the house itself had a gigantic 2-car garage.
They had a boat in it.
No, that was so it had the house itself had a 2-car garage. It had like a full workshop downstairs and a workout room.
Yeah.
All in the basement. It had its own backup generator. It had a detached like 2-car gigantic barn, which had a boat in it, but like, you know, the grand plans would have been to eventually use that.
Yeah.
The property itself, we could have grown weed outside. Like back then it would have been super fucking sketchy, but you know, in the alternate timeline, who knows? We're still growing weed there.
The whole house was hand-built by art.
And dude, that's also crazy.
Hand built by what?
Hand-built, bro.
Anita's husband.
Oh,
the
right.
lady who we ended
Shout
up
out
fucking
Anita.
leasing or renting, you know, lease to own.
Wonderful woman.
Shit was so crazy.
I suck.
So crazy.
But go on. We have to keep going. This is storytelling.
So
time.
the property itself was fucking sick. There was one neighbor like super far away, and we always kind of wanted to grow weed outside, and there was no one around because it was the one neighbor, and then the other side was like logging company property.
Right.
So we were in the cuts, like.
Remember, we're still talking about the place because we got to tell the story correctly. We gotta get a
so
timeline
like
order.
the place was sick.
Yeah,
and
we had that whole piece of land as you drove up to that, like we didn't even
like
use.
it was gigantic. The whole place was fucking.
It had that
sick
generator.
and
It was like fucking perfect, dude.
And so so as Tommy just mentioned, Art, I didn't realize his name was Art, but Art, Anita's husband, Art had just passed away, so Anita didn't want the house, couldn't take care of it anymore. So
Right,
she
that's what it
She
was.
put it up for lease, or lease to own. She just wanted to get rid of it,
Yeah.
and so
It was only for like $297,000.
the storytellers come up, and we fucking come up with this elaborate scheme. Like,
Yeah, it was.
and it was
picture
all-
perfect Pauly scheme.
It was scheming super hard,
And then with Tommy's dad in there too,
and
dude.
it just kind of worked out, and we really played the divorce thing super hard.
super hard.
And
We're good.
so pretty much the story was Big Tom and Tom Jr. were going to live out there because they were going through this whole thing, and they just wanted to fucking get back to father and son pretty much out there. Tommy lived in Arizona.
Yeah.
Tom Jr. lived in Arizona.
Yeah.
So the only
Going to college.
Were you here? Was he here?
He was saying he was here for the summer.
Remember, we all drove
Yeah.
Yeah, and you flew up, or you were there just to sign the lease.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
and
right.
then
And the lease, and then literally the next day I flew back to Arizona.
and like we basically like Tommy had her convinced that like he like made a lot of money in something. Something I forget like what it was. I don't. It would be like the crypto of the time.
A traveling consultant.
That's what it was. That's what it was. So fucking crazy. All right, so the stage is
It kinda worked, dude.
The stage is set. We have the house now. The house
And
is
we met.
fucking
We were
perfect,
Tommy's
like,
friends. That were my name was Sean and your name was Brett.
And so we come back from fucking California with all the shit Trav learned or taught us.
Yeah.
Shout out to Trav, dude. Fucking true OG.
Lobster Fan Farms.
Lobster Fan Farms. Shit's crazy. So we get a couple fucking lights going and we build this. When I say we, I built this fucking. I built this separate room.
Let's spark a blunt to that.
I built this separate room in the workshop in the basement. And it was kind of a weird little setup, but we were able to get 3 lights in there, I think. 2 or 3 lights. And we probably had like 25, 30 plants in, I think, 7-gallon smart pots. And we fucking did it right, dude. We grew. So
That shit was so
That's
sick,
where the
dude.
Cornwall comes from. And that is, it's Crazy Train crossed with Kaboom. Shout out TGA Subcool Seeds from back in the day.
Tommy's gonna love that
the
one.
dude, R.I.P. the weed nerd.
Yeah.
Shit went fucking. That is the true OG of the game. Like
That's where
Used
Trav
to
learned a
watch
lot of his shit too.
all those
Yeah.
fucking videos.
Didn't he tell you that? He's like, you want
Yeah.
to learn how to grow weed? Watch this.
Pretty much, yeah. Fucking get schooled on this shit.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, there's so much. To
So
the
from
story.
there,
Like, we got
from there,
to-
we got in there and we went to HTG. I think we did everything through HTG.
I think at that point they had just opened up and they were still super low key, like trying to keep it on the down low that there was even a fucking grow store, like
right,
at all. Like,
right in Milford.
You'd have to go
In
in
Orange.
and be
that
like, I have these-
got shut down like 2 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, it's closed?
It's closed now. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like right after COVID.
Yeah.
No way. I did not know that.
Yeah, but
okay.
yeah, but I think that's where we got everything. And quick sidebar to the reason we were doing that too is because we tried to do it in your basement.
Oh my god!
And then we got burned by that
forgot
electrician.
Oh my god! Wow,
Yeah.
I forgot that.
We don't want to keep going to. We gotta try to
There's
tell this
so many
story.
sidebars, but
But yes,
is
but yeah,
like a
we
part
couldn't.
of
We
it.
tried to grow weed in your basement and it didn't work.
No, we did.
Why didn't
So-
it work? I
so
forget why we didn't.
We wanted to have more lights there.
Right.
We had the 1,000.
I was
watt
making
light.
shit tons of money then.
Yeah, because that's pounds
I
are
should've-
like 4Gs each.
And
Like,
but I would
they're
get a lot of them
expensive.
for 32 and I would sell them for 44.
There is just
It was crazy, but I had like the cookies. I had Khalifa Kush. I had chocolate
that's
diesel.
because you still had that. Yeah.
But I also had blueberry shit from Santa Cruz that I would get for 24.
Well, let's go back to the Cornwall thing.
Yes. I had money.
Let's go back.
Should
to
have
the
bought that
Cornwall
fucking
thing.
house.
So it does. It kind of ties back into my basement thing, though.
Yeah.
Because like we wanted to fucking start growing down there. I needed to do like a little electric upgrade, and we gave money to this electrician who fucking burnt us.
Yep.
Super bummer. Guys,
played
a fucking
volleyball with him a couple
dickhead.
years ago, didn't we?
Yeah. Fuck him. And we had enough power to have like a T5 or 1,000 watt light down there, and that's where I kind of even have to go back a little bit further in the story. That's
Oh yeah, we
where-
tried to have 2
that's-
rooms in there.
That's where we had our seeds started for Cornwall.
Yes, because you bred them in a little
Because
greenhouse.
I grew the fucking. That's right. Mm-hmm. I grew the Crazy Train Kaboom outside in a little greenhouse I built in the
your
backyard.
backyard.
Fucking, I got a
Shout
nice
out your
looking
mom
mail.
for that.
Shout out my mom. Shout out everybody.
People
for
that
fucking-
let us do
for
that.
supporting, dude.
Yeah,
Shout out
yeah.
epilepsy for fucking excuse to smoke and grow weed. Hell yeah.
That is the most. That's one of the realest, dude. That is going to be clipped, dude. That is one of the most realest things of all time. Someone who has legit epilepsy is like, shout out epilepsy for making me like be able to smoke weed and it wasn't a problem.
Like legit fucking craziest shit ever.
It's so wild. Go on, go
So
on.
from my backyard to the basement to getting burnt by the fucking electricians, we need a spot, or electrician singular. We need a spot to fucking grow weed. We get the fucking Cornwall spot because Tommy and Tommy's dad are just also the truest OGs out there. Fucking fast forward, we set up, we have this thing, we're running the fucking It's not called Cornwall yet. At this point, it's just Crazy Train Kaboom, which is also a catchy name. And fucking next thing you know, the Anita and the real estate agent, they want to do a surprise walkthrough. I think are we there yet?
Well, you're skipping.
Are we skipping a little bit?
You're skipping a little bit because
I know something happened though. Like they wanted to come in multiple times.
We got the place. We found. Thank you. We got the place right, and we're in there. We're secure. We're literally like we built the grow. Shout out Brantford for fucking having some delivery on a fucking Saturday, and we built the grow and we were there, and it was the fucking winter.
It was
the winter.
Oh, there's so much.
So much. That's what I'm saying. We got to go back. So there's the winter. And we build it, and like you're going up there. We're splitting time there.
Yeah, something like that.
Like that was such a different
Pretty
time.
much.
You just started dating Steph.
Yeah.
And like like I literally was just like Justin was living at my apartment next to Lion City.
Oh shit.
And I would stay there a couple
That's right.
days a week, and then I would go up. Yeah. Shout out Ming. And then I would go up to Cornwall. We would like split it like that.
Yeah.
And it was just fun. We were so young. We were 22.
So I think even we were young, we were dumb, we were green as fuck to the
How many
whole
lights
thing
were there?
still,
How
like-
many lights did you build?
We had 3 in the first little room, and our plan
I'm gonna
was
have Lucas put a picture right here of that picture with Steph in the grow. Just
Maybe-
see the grow. I could send it to him.
maybe I don't know, maybe blur the face out or something.
Go
I
on.
don't know. It's whatever.
It's a sick picture.
It is a sick picture, but we're still kind of skipping because like we're talking about winter. We got it in the winter, and then things were going pretty good through the summer for sure.
No,
Like,
we didn't get to the summer. It was
Well,
we
no,
built
I'm
it
just-
in the winter.
I know, but I'm just saying like nothing.
I think that it was the first harvest where they had to come by. It was because we were not even there for a year.
Well, did they came through multiple? Now I'm all messed up. Like,
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I remember this, and that's what's cool about having Tommy back on too. He's gonna give his perspective because Tommy has like the exact date.
oh shit.
Yeah, and
So we had that
he's just speaking from the heavens.
March 4th.
type of harvest before March.
No, that was the first harvest. I'm positive.
So did we have to move stuff out of the house multiple times?
No,
No, just one.
but we started from seed.
I know.
What week were those plants when you moved them?
The flowering plants,
Yeah.
they were like week 5.
Oh, okay.
They're week 5.
Week 5 of flower was when we moved him in the truck.
We got the house like mid-January. So that would make sense.
It was, but we're talking about like when this all happened. Oh, was it fucking? It was early on. I don't know why I thought. Okay, I apologize. Yeah,
Let's get back to it.
Yeah, March.
Yeah, so it was.
Was the exact date. But
that's right.
Yeah.
That was the first time.
So we got in there in the winter, and it was a crazy fucking winter, dude. Remember how much snow was up there?
And we were super green to the whole thing.
We couldn't even
and
get up to the house. We had to park down at the bottom of the hill and walk up, dude.
We didn't realize that we had to get a plow to plow our fucking gigantic driveway in the middle of nowhere.
Remember
That
how
was
we'd just be
silly.
stuck?
Yeah, we would just fucking like try to drive up in my front wheel drive Jetta. Not happening. Fucking not
So
happening,
crazy, bro.
But I'll never forget. I was sitting there. Now my timeline's all good now. I was sitting there. Paulie must have been in town or whatever because I was up there alone. And all of a sudden I get a fucking knock on the door. We got fucking plants flowering downstairs.
Yeah.
And a knock on the door. And I'm like, oh my God, it's fucking the cops. It's all over right now. Like so paranoid. Fucking go to the door and it's the plow guy.
Yeah.
What do you know? And he's like, do you guys want me to plow the driveway for you? Like, I need
Just
to
so
used to have us
shady,
fucking
dude.
do it all the time. And we are like, oh, I don't know. Like, you got to leave. But yeah, like, I think we might want that eventually.
Yeah,
So
like, get the
eventually
fuck- we're just so
fucking
paranoid,
figured
dude.
it out that he was going to plow the road for us. So
Yes.
that was nice.
But we were just so sketched out, dude. What were we doing up there? It was so
was-
crazy to like think about like what we had no idea what we were getting ourselves into.
No, it was.
But like thinking back on
Nutty.
it, dude, I don't know about you. Like I only remember being so confident blindly. Being like,
Yes.
hell yeah, dude. Like this is 100% what we should do. And that's the thing I was asking my brother that like I try to bring up on this show all the time, which is so crazy. That's why it's fun to talk about. And I think it's relatable, is that it's like that's what we were doing. Like anyone who's like started in weed young, like what we were doing during that era was like, I don't even know why we wanted to. We just wanted to be in this weird weed cowboy thing. It was like, I don't even know. I didn't look at it as if it was like, oh, I'm breaking the law. I just looked at it as purpose, like something for me to do. I dropped out of high school. You know what I mean? Like I didn't.
Well, like I said, it's fucking outlaw shit, and it's the culture that we just
created
we
it.
fell into. Like we didn't create it. That's a thing. But like somehow, like these kids from Connecticut found out, like moved to California and fucking figured out the whole.
But we
culture
planted
out
a
there, and
seed
they're like,
in
"Oh,
the culture
shit."
and made like a new timeline, like a new branch almost. You know, and there's a lot of people from our era that like Trav and all these, like we're in the same era of like early 2010 cowboy shit. Like those are the best strains. Like even the weed that we grew and everything we talk about, it's like sought after things. You know, it's like, I don't know, people are growing under LEDs now and like fucking air conditioned completely room. Like it's crazy.
Shout out hot, steamy HPS rooms.
Yeah. See what I mean? But like the weed, we all think the weed was better.
It was.
We all do.
Yeah, it was awesome, and we did a fucking great job there. So, but all this being said, I kind of forgot how early the U-Haul thing happened.
Yeah, it was
That
the
was
first
literally
harvest.
our first harvest. So
we'll just get right into that. So we're doing pretty good. We got the place set up. We're having fun, you know, being young and dumb. And then did you get a call? I must have got the call.
one of us got a phone call. Tommy obviously got the phone call. Then he called us and was like, "Listen,
Yeah.
they got an email. Oh my gosh, okay."
Thank God.
And-
Shout out fucking college that Tommy was like in college and like checked his emails. Shout out
So,
college.
Word.
She thought I lived there. She didn't even think you guys were living there.
Yeah, no. it
Oh,
was-
right. Yeah.
Like, she was worried because we weren't going to the dump. Remember?
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Because we didn't know that we had to get.
We had the dump or whatever. Like she had ties in with this town dump, and like we were
Yeah.
bringing trash there. So like she got nervous because like she was like, "Oh, what's going on up there?" So she went to a house check.
What a cool podcast.
48 hours.
I wonder if anyone's gonna be
48
able to, I hope people could hear that. I could hear it through my microphone, so maybe I could hear it.
48-hour notice. We have plants. We have like 25, 30 plants in week 5 of flower. We have like 60 plants vegging ready to go because we were going to double it the next time and run them a little bit smaller. We had all our grow equipment. It was fucking this was a couple days after it got plowed, so there was snow everywhere. It was
Yeah.
the middle of the fucking winter.
And we got a call that from Tommy, basically saying that they're coming to fucking sell the house or something. Or they're
No,
like
they were doing a house check.
House check.
So
yeah.
48-hour notice. So we're like, all right, we got to fucking do something. So you rented a U-Haul.
Yeah. Well, but
you rented a U-Haul.
Uh-huh.
One of the fucking big ones too, because we had a lot of shit we had to get in there. So he rents the U-Haul, and we're like, all right, we got to disguise everything somehow so they don't realize that there's a grow here when we have all our shit out. So we fucking go get a ping pong table. We get like
we
a
go to Lowe's,
dartboard.
which is like an hour drive.
It was all
and
over
it
the
was
place.
like so much snow,
So
10 degrees.
we get all this fucking stuff and kind of make the downstairs look like a man cave. Like we get
Yeah.
all the irrigation shit out of there. We get all our fucking work equipment, all our nutrients and stuff. Clean everything super nice.
How the fuck do we
Fucking set up a fake green room, photography or a fake dark room rather, in the grow because we had like.
Yeah.
That made the most sense to like explain why there was a random wall built in the basement with
Yeah.
holes through it and shit. So we fucking Paulie gets the U-Haul and we're driving up with all the fucking man cave stuff. Next
Yeah.
thing you know, we're on the Merritt Parkway by accident. You're not supposed to have commercial
Oh, yeah.
vehicles or U-Hauls or anything like that on the Merritt Parkway. We're green as fuck, stupid as fuck. Somehow I realize, I'm like, dude, we got to get off. We got to go back roads from here. We do all that. We get up there. We fucking set all the man cave stuff up. And we knew at this point we had like 20 hours until the check came. And Tommy, did you have to fly home for this?
No, he was not there. Tommy was not there.
My dad did it.
That's right. Big
Yeah, his
Tom.
dad
Okay,
was there,
okay,
yeah.
okay. And so Big Tom comes through. I think he stays the night before, or I don't quite remember.
So crazy.
So we're like, all right, we got 20 hours. They're
How
gonna
many
be-
plants did we have? A lot.
We had like 60.
Crazy.
There was like 25 flowering and like, I don't know, another 30, 40, something like that, ready to go.
9 degrees outside.
Dude, so cold. So I'm like, all right, we have to do this very strategically. We'll get all the equipment on the outside of the fucking U-Haul. So that's like our layer of insulation.
Yeah.
The last thing we put in was all the plants, and then we fucking Febrezed and cleaned the fuck out of everything. So we put all our shit in the U-Haul. It's fucking, at this point, it's like 6 a.m, fucking 5 degrees out, something ridiculous. And all right, we're like, all right, we're going to leave now because we don't want them to get here early.
Oh, yeah.
So you and I fucking get in the U-Haul and
With all
just
the
start
shit in the
driving
U-Haul.
around. And we're like, all right, what the fuck do we do? We need to wait until Tommy's dad is done with the surprise walkthrough.
And we don't know if like it was like we don't know if like the cops are gonna be there.
We know
if we just
nothing.
like we didn't know, it was just a risk because like we didn't, Tommy's dad, like we weren't gonna call him. So like we didn't know like if something happened to like if they just knew. They saw something like, oh shit, we're gonna call the cops. It was that was the time it was where that's what they would do. Especially these types of people up there. They had one sheriff.
Yes.
Well,
They had one sheriff
was-
there.
they're allowed to shoot on site if you're like trespassing on the property. Like
Crazy. Yeah, it was crazy.
And the sheriff was
Her friend.
part of her family or something.
Yeah.
It was like her like son-in-law or something ridiculous.
Crazy. So yeah. So we're driving around with 60 plants in our car. It's
Wait,
just driving
wait.
in a U-Haul.
What was it, Tommy?
Her sister's husband.
Sister's husband. So whatever that is.
Was the sheriff, yeah.
That's fucking close.
So we're
family.
literally just driving around.
Back to play later, Larry. Remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah, that's the.
There's more.
Yes. And so we're just driving around with 60 plants and all the grow equipment and 10 degrees just around and like in that area. It's not like we're just driving. Like if any sheriff or any little cocker were like, what the fuck is this U-Haul doing driving around?
circles in one town.
It was ridiculous.
With a
No,
straight
we
up
were-
like 20-year sentence like in the car.
We were driving pretty good, and then so we're like,
We were driving pretty good.
but
yeah.
like we're like we can't keep doing this. Like
Yeah.
it's working now, but like we need to stop. We need to stop somewhere. So we
Yeah.
fucking and we end up at this little diner, and we didn't know, but we were in New York. So we
yeah, we were
crossed
literally driving state
lines.
lines.
Fucking with
Back
all
and
this
forth.
shit. We're like, oh my god, this is okay. So we fucking go have
We're
the
just
most
trafficking,
the most
allegedly.
anxiety-ridden breakfast you could ever
Oh
have.
yeah.
I'm getting a phone call. Can't take it.
Can't take it, dude. You're fucking recording.
I get the most anxiety-ridden phone call you could ever fucking have. All right, well, I'm
Breakfast.
I got a phone call. Now I'm
Yeah.
all high. I can't do
It's
it.
okay.
Like fucking. All right, we're sitting there for like an hour, whatever.
It was like an hour, and then we went somewhere
Well,
else. Where did
then
we go?
outside and we're like, oh my god, it smells like a fucking grow
Oh,
house
yeah.
out here. Like we got to get out of here right now.
Yeah.
This van smells horrible, or this U-Haul truck smells horrible.
Yeah.
So we fucking start driving around again. The next thing you know, we go to fucking Cornwall Bridge State Park.
No. Kent Falls State Park.
Kent Falls State Park. That's what it was.
That's where we decided to go.
I know exactly. Where
I know.
To go
Most
park-
people do. Most people do.
Everyone goes there.
It is a federal
it
park.
was
It's
dead
yeah.
of winter.
Okay.
So
Yeah, there was no one there.
but still, horrible spot to go with a fucking bunch
Yeah.
of weed in your.
Federal crime.
Yeah, this is all alleged, I think, right?
It's alleged,
So,
but
This
it's
is
long.
just a good
It is
story.
long enough. Yeah.
fucking again, kind of long story short-ish. Then we get the phone call finally from Tommy, like, all right, you guys can come back through. Like, everything is okay.
Yeah.
So we fucking race back to the house, fucking open the back door, and we are so sad because
Oh yeah.
all the plants that were touching any part of the wall or that weren't over the drivetrain, like right in the middle, were fucking fried.
Yeah.
And we literally went from having like probably a 10-pound harvest to like
3.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
It fucked us. Week 5 of flower, and you put your fucking plants outside in 9-degree weather for 5 hours and drive around.
Those plants
gonna
were
be a bad time.
monsters.
They were huge. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so we ended up fucking. Still, the wheat prices were so high.
But like,
and,
go back to like the fucking Tommy's dad, dude.
Oh, he held it down. I mean,
Dude,
yeah,
it was just so
there's-
crazy.
there's-
Like, oh, what? And then the guy who was like our.
Oh my God,
What was his
yeah,
name?
like-
Tommy, remember his name? Who's the real estate person's name? Greg something.
Greg S. will say.
Yeah, Greg S. And then he, so we did like the black room or whatever it's called, the photography room.
The dark room.
Guess what that guy's profession is? A photographer.
He apparently he was like, oh yeah, that's cool. You do you have a dark room. I did photography with Bill Gates at Microsoft.
That's what it was.
And we're like, fuck off, dude. Are you kidding me? Like, you're a fucking, of all things you could do. Whatever happened, it fucking worked out, and they didn't shut us down. They didn't kick us out.
No, we kept. So we somehow made it
kept
through
rocking,
that.
Though.
We made it through that, dude, and I did good. I remember making money off that,
dude, and paying fucking for everything.
Yeah,
and
it was sick, dude. Like that was fun. Like that was back when it was like. That's what we do. You got a percentage of the harvest.
Yeah.
And then,
so,
like, we did okay there.
And, like...
Because pounds were so expensive.
Dude, all that shit happens, and we keep rocking. We're like, fuck it. Like, we're good to go. We are...
Yeah.
Flossing
We wanted
now.
to expand into
like,
the fucking... the
workout
gym,
room, yeah.
And then we're going to do the outdoor. So let's get to this now. Because then we're going into the spring.
We're kind of even... There's a story in between there.
What's that?
Because Pat Game was still kind of on.
Oh, yeah.
And a bunch of hash, a bunch of keef came back.
Oh, my God,
and
dude.
we went through an edible making phase there.
Oh, I forgot about the Reese's
the chocolate covered Oreos and the Reese's cups, dude.
Sent some people to the hospital.
Because we are
obviously it's
still
not. It
super
was because
green.
they were too high and like they scared. That's how high they got off the edibles. Yeah, make sure we say that. Just got people go to the hospital off edibles all the time.
It does happen.
And this,
Scary because they hit so fast.
oh, they were nuts.
we got like a quarter pound of keef
and dumped
almost all of it.
Yeah,
dude,
a lot of it. It was ridiculous.
into like a couple hundred chocolates. Like,
yeah, it was silly.
Yeah, and like that was so much fun. Remember the trips that we would do to the grocery store? We were just kids.
We were just kids.
We literally
Just-
got like
just-
this gigantic thing of. I remember we found cookie butter
Oh, I stole the thing of Nutella.
from Yale, allegedly.
That's alleged.
Yeah, it's like a thing of Nutella like this big, and we found cookie butter, and we were just smoking blunts, playing NBA 2K, watching Lord of the Rings, and
Wiffle ball,
playing wiffle ball. And dude, this house was so big that our friend Dallas, shout out Dallas, would come out, and we would have Nerf gun fights through the house.
That's right.
Battles.
Dude. It was so much fun.
And we had so many of those fucking Nerf guns. Remember the Mega?
Yeah, it was sick.
The red Mega?
Dude.
I got shot in the eye from
They
that. I was
hurt.
like,
Those things hurt.
yeah.
So
But we were having a good time. It was like after that, like things were good. Like we were doing well.
all right. So
Made edibles and
so much. Yeah, and like
we had
after
that front
happened,
sunroom we like never used. Remember that?
Yeah, it was after that.
That house was so sick.
After the walkthrough, everything was fucking tight for a minute. And then Tommy
Tommy
home
came out
for a little bit
for the summer.
Oh, it was for the summer. That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. And
We wanted to grow outdoors.
Wanted to grow outdoors, so we took a bunch of our plants. I think we had like between 6 and 10. There was not a lot, and we got 707 bags of soil. Use those as grow bags.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, we listened to you for some reason.
Me?
You for some reason. And Tommy will 1,000% attest to this. You're like, yo, go fucking grow them down there in the woods. And
Why did I want to do that?
And in hindsight, you kind of were right.
Sick.
Which is weird. It was the worst spot in the world to grow weed, but it was the most secluded and like it was kind of
on
a good.
hill.
It was a good
You
spot
guys dug
to grow.
into. You guys shoveled
just-
all day. Yeah. Okay.
It was a good spot to grow weed in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Tommy might have been a part of the planning of the area. I don't quite remember. We found this spot that was like butted up to the logging company property on the backside. And it was a fucking perfect spot, this perfect little hillside that would get sun all day. And I fucking cut down so many little tiny trees and shrubs and shit and terraced it out. And Tommy and I dug these fucking holes, these fucking 50, 100-gallon holes. And we're like, all right, we're going to put these fucking plants on this terrace back here. And we're going to rock it. These plants are like already 6 feet tall. It's like July. We would have had fucking 10, 15-pound plants by the end of everything. Dude, it was ridiculous. So we fucking spend all day digging these holes and fucking getting shit ready. And then finally it's time to carry these fucking gigantic plants in these 707-gallon or 707 soil bags. 500 yards maybe up this fucking hill through the woods. Fucking do it. It is just ridiculous labor to get them up there. We get them up there. We get them all into the fucking holes. Everything is so happy. you were inside playing like
NBA 2K.
Paulie
I was in a
inside
mix of
playing
a nice
NBA
season.
2K.
It was 2K12, so it was Michael Jordan edition. It was sick, dude. I had my own fantasy team.
Dude,
it was sick.
Absurd. So Tommy and I finished. We fucking high five. Literally, not even 30 seconds after we high five, a fucking helicopter
Oh yeah.
hovers about 50 feet above the trees. Dude, it was like a fucking scene from a movie. I throw my hood up. I fucking get under the trees. I hide and everything. Tommy's just standing there looking up, and he's just like, "What the fuck?" And I fucking look up, and I'll never forget it. It was a black helicopter with this black ball on the bottom, and I mean,
Camera all day, bro. We were lit up, bro.
it was I'll never know what was actually happening, but it was the scariest thing ever. So we fucking, dude, we run inside and we tell you,
I'm so high just playing video games. Like,
and we're
what
like,
up?
dude, we
What?
gotta fucking cut everything down. We're freaking out, and you're like, dude, I don't know, like just whatever, like fucking, we're good. Like, I go outside and I lop all the plants that we just carried up down. I fucking bring them into the middle of the woods, into like the abyss where no one can see them, and I just stood there and just weed whacked the fuck out of them.
Oh,
I
murder.
turned them into oblivion. I got rid of every single bit of evidence you could, except for the fucking root balls and the fucking holes with soil in them and whatnot. And like, I don't know, Tommy, how long after that did they want to come through for another inspection?
This was later. We're skipping. We're
Are we
skipping.
still?
And remember, Tommy's going to be on here telling his story.
Well, he can tell that part of the story.
Yeah,
No,
so
I mean, that's a whole
we're,
nother part
dude.
of
I'm
the
gonna
story
pair this
there.
up well. We just got a story tell. This is not just for us now; it's for the people.
But so
So we gotta get back. So that's what happened. So you had to cut up those plants, and like what I remember is Tommy was there that summer, and we were having a great time. My battery in my Zoom's getting low, anyways, and it's getting closer to 12. So we're gonna try to wrap up to a point and have Tommy come on and tell more of the story. But we had a great summer.
it was super
It was
fun.
a good summer. Remember, dude, Steph, like, shout out your baby mama, still holds it down for you.
She's
like,
gonna get so
remember
mad
that
if she
time,
watches this and sees
remember
you
that
say
time I allegedly drove to Connecticut with all that trim and stuff like that. I've literally seen her bring that up to this day.
Squad.
But
Mafia.
that was a good time. But we had we would wake up in the morning, drink Bombay and orange juice, and play
dude.
wiffle ball all day long.
It was a lot of fun. It really
and we were
was.
still growing. We had some runs, and it was really good. I think we were only growing that Crazy Train Kaboom,
Yeah, I'm pretty
which
sure.
is the Cornwall, and you
'Cause it
still
was
have
like-
seeds from that, right?
No, those are all gone now.
All of them.
Yeah.
Well, shout out Breakfast Connections blunts. The ones that were coming out for the winter is the Crazy Train.
There you go.
Yeah, so like there is like an actual Crazy Train like blunt
It's-
that we're
it's
gonna
still
do.
out there.
I have some of the flour from that grow that I could show you.
So that's
We'll smoke that.
we could probably get seeds and recreate it at some point. Maybe
That would be fun. We'll
maybe
do it with
for
my
next
brother.
year outdoor. We can try that in the backyard. Try to find some.
I
Crazy
have
Train
seeds
Kaboom.
from that. Like that, it's a seeded plant.
Oh shit. Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
cool,
Cross it with the fucking Breakfast Connection Black Lime Reserve.
bro.
Hell yeah.
That's what's up.
Let's see what's up.
So we had a good summer, and all that crazy shit happened. And this is actually going to be probably a good bridge to Tommy's side of things, because like while we're doing all of this, because Tommy went back to school, and then they had to do another inspection. Shit just wasn't working. Like it's just like we were way in over our heads. Like this whole facade, like they just knew, and that's what's gonna be good about Tommy's perspective. Because dude, we were just doing this like idiots, and Tom's dad and Tom were just holding it down from this like, yeah, we live there. You know what I mean? And like I can't wait to hear like his.
It's
point of
amazing
view.
how long the charade lasted. Honestly,
Yeah, it's
'cause, like,
basically a year, I think.
it was just under a year, I believe. And Tommy,
Yeah.
I'm sure, has the, like you said, the
And then I
dates and
fucked
whatnot.
it all up. I fucked it up. That was some of my
That'll-
worst times. That I
Do that. Save that for next
yeah,
time.
sick. You're gonna hear
And
Paul's
there's-
mistakes.
Yeah,
Oh, I
there's
can't wait.
I had some pretty terrible mistakes during that time.
everyone does.
But that's what happened. That's what got us here. Yeah. Yeah. So
Like-
thank you, Larry.
Like my boy says, everyone makes mistakes. You just have to try again. Legit. Says that shit.
yeah, hell yeah. Shout out weed. Cornwall Chronicles Part 2 coming soon.
Peace.